all across America and around the world. This is Veterans Radio. This is Veterans Radio.
Welcome to Veterans Radio. I am Jim Fossone. I'm the officer of the deck today. We've got some great programs for you. I think you'll find very interesting. We always want to remind you can find more about Veterans Radio at its Facebook site or by going to veteransradio.net, where we're on the web 24/7. You can find a lot of our podcasts there as well. We post new ones every Tuesday, so you can get a new story, a new interview, something you didn't know before by going to veteransradio.net. And before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors. First up, we want to thank National Veteran Business Development Council, nvbdc.org. It was established to certify both service-disabled and veteran-owned businesses. You'll find out how they can help your business by going to nvbdc.org. We also want to thank Eisenhower Center. It's a brain injury recovery center. Learn more about eisenhowercenter.com. They're located in Michigan and in Florida. We want to thank Legal Help for Veterans. Legal Help for Veterans fights for veterans' disability rights all across the nation. You can reach them at 800-693-4800 or on the web at legalhelpforveterans.com. Contact us if you'd like to be a sponsor on Veterans Radio, and let's move on to our program. Welcome. I am Jim Fossone, and this is Veteran Radio's Spotlight on National Veteran Business Development Council, nvbdc.org. Veterans Radio America, a nonprofit, has a partnership with NVBDC. The National Veteran Business Development Council is the nation's leading third-party authority for certification of veteran-owned businesses of all sizes. It is a 501c3 nonprofit that was established in 2013. It addresses the growing need to identify and certify both service-disabled and veteran-owned businesses in the government and commercial or corporate marketplace. The NVBDC administers a rigorous certification process designed to withstand the scrutiny of governmental and corporate entities seeking to utilize certified veteran-owned businesses. We want to welcome to Veterans Radio today Sherry Dickson, who is the Senior Manager of Global Supplier Diversity for Adient, which is a global supplier of automobile seating systems that we're going to talk about a little bit. Some people may know the company by its historical name of Johnson Controls. Sherry, welcome to Veterans Radio.
Thank you, Jim, and NVBDC for the spotlight to share about Adient and our commitment to engage with veteran-owned businesses. It's an honor to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you to shed a little light on this. And you've been working in this field most of your professional life. You hold a bachelor's degree in administration from Walsh College, and you've received numerous awards for work in supplier diversity, including being named a top 100 leader in supplier diversity by Women's Enterprise magazine and by the Michigan Business Council as a corporate advocate of the year. But the question I guess I want to start with, Sherry, is why is supplier diversity important to Adient?
So, our why. We are committed to having a supply chain that mirrors the diversity of the consumers who sit in our seats, and that includes our veterans and their families. So in 2017, we officially embraced the opportunity to include our veterans in our initiatives, recording our first purchases with veteran-owned businesses that following year in 2018. And since then, we have grown that number today to be well over 300%.
Wow, that's a great track record. And
we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it really demonstrates a corporate commitment to supplier diversity and in particular to veteran business owners. Why did you get involved with NVBDC?
Again, we had a supplier diversity initiative that, really covered, the minorities and the women, but we didn't include the veterans or make them. They were included, but an intentional effort to include veterans. So like I said, back in 2017, we put a plan together to embrace that group of individuals, business owners, to be included into our initiative. And, our commitment starts with our CEO, and it's throughout our executive leadership. And, we will source from diverse suppliers. That includes veteran-owned businesses, minority and women, and we're going to support the development and their growth. And we also expect our suppliers to implement similar supplier diversity best practices. We have over 28 years of dedication and commitment to supplier diversity initiatives, which includes, as you mentioned, our history as Johnson Controls. And since becoming Adient, we have spent over $1 billion annually with diverse suppliers. And again, that includes minority, women, and the veterans.
When you were looking for veteran-owned businesses, sometimes it's hard to determine who really is and isn't, and sometimes it's hard to even just sort of find the right channel to network through. Are those two things which NVBDC helps you with?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, early in my supplier diversity career, I had a great opportunity to meet Keith King, and he is such an inspiration and a strong advocator for veteran-owned businesses to make sure that they certify and engage with corporates. And Keith really is an inspiration in this space, and I personally have been so inspired by the work NVBDC does to advocate business opportunities for our veterans. He truly is a hero who works tirelessly to ensure that veterans are included in corporate supplier diversity initiatives. I just really admire the work that Keith has done, and
there's really no there's no doubt that he's a leader in this field, and I think one of the things that you as a corporate participant with NVBDC gets is somebody who you can reach out to and say, hey, I'm looking for a supplier who does X. Do you know any veteran-owned businesses? Have you certified any that fit that category? Have you been able to use that networking opportunity through NVBDC?
Absolutely, and Keith has a fantastic team. They've got a database that is very easy to use to be able to find veteran-owned businesses that we're looking for sourcing opportunities as they come up. I can reach out to anyone on the NVBDC at any time, and they're always quick to respond. Just a fantastic group of individuals who are really working hard to connect the veteran-owned businesses to opportunities with corporations.
Sherry, do you have any examples of or success stories of connecting with a veteran-owned business that you'd like to share?
We've got, there's several examples that we in fact nominated a few veteran-owned businesses for recent recognition. So hopefully, fingers crossed, those come through. But, actually every veteran that we've engaged with and have been successful in landing a contract, they've all been, provided competitive pricing, always willing to work on, any special requests that our buyers may have. Even in the challenging times with COVID, we had, one veteran-owned business, be able to support and execute, critical aspects of our business and help us out through, our needs in the organization. They're always resilient and professional. The veteran-owned businesses participate in our workshops to identify savings opportunities with us. We had one veteran-owned business. They're actually dual certified minority and veteran-owned. It took us 6 years to land a national contract. And, it was just working through the buyers and the barriers, and it was a long process, but it was such a huge win for both that veteran-owned business and Adient.
Well, we're talking to, and we appreciate Sherry Dixon being in the spotlight for NVBDC. She's the Senior Manager of Global Supplier Diversity for Adient. Sherry, as you alluded to, Adient has a history that goes back to a name that maybe more folks know as Johnson Controls if they were in the automotive business or tangentially related to it. But tell us about Adient.
Okay. So in 2016, we officially became Adient. We are a global leader in automotive seating, which you mentioned at the start of the interview. Originally known as Johnson Controls Automotive Experience, and that part of the organization was spun off to its own entity named Adient. We have more than 30 years of experience and expertise in automotive seating. We produce over 19 million seat systems per year. We have over 200 global locations in 32 countries, employ over 77,000 employees, and we support all major automakers with complete seating systems. That includes trim, structures, and mechanisms, and foam components.
It really is a large global seating supplier to really all of the major automotive manufacturers, as I understand it.
Yes, that is correct.
And as you look forward into the future a little bit here, it seems like with electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles that this is a field where there's constant change.
Yes, absolutely. Constant change, and as of late, a lot of challenges. So we're looking forward to, in the change of what our customers are going to deliver in the future and being part of that solution. Certainly exciting times.
Well, I think Adient has a great reputation that people may be thinking and listening and go, boy, that maybe that's a company I'd like to work for, as well as our veteran-owned business owners out there who are listening going, how do I get involved in the supplier diversity chain at Adient? Give us some websites to look to and some information you might have that would help people connect.
Oh, absolutely. So if you're interested in being a supplier for Adient, so go to adient.com, which is our website, and up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link for suppliers. And in that link, it will share everything for supplier expectations. There's a link for supplier diversity. And within that site, we ask that you register with us. And so I do see all the suppliers that register with us as they come through. I look at every one of them. If there's immediate opportunity, I will pass it on to the buyer. But look at our database as not a black hole. It is my electronic, Rolodex of business cards. It's my way and our team's way to quickly locate a diverse supplier in this space that we can hopefully match up to an RFQ.
Well, I think that's always the first step for folks, and sometimes the hardest step is like, but I don't know anybody there. Well, now you know Sherry. She just told you how to get to her, and so if you're out there thinking, yeah, boy, I think I could be a really good supplier to Adient for all the things they do, this is a way in through that website.
Yeah, and at events, when we are back in person at events, please come meet me. I usually bring a few buyers with me. Make sure you engage with us, and I'm here to advocate for you. If there's a good fit within the organization, I'm going to do my best to make sure I connect you to the right people to meet with. So. And I'm happy to serve this community.
I'm always surprised, Sherry, at how the scope of services that a company of this size needs. It's everything. It's not just I don't make seats. No, Adient makes the seats. It's everything. Maybe you can give a little feel for like the scope of the goods and services that you guys look to a diverse supplier base for.
Oh, absolutely. So like you said, it's everything. So, direct items to the seat that we manufacture, metal stamping, plastic injection molding, mechanisms and fasteners, so anything that if you look at your seat, we are sourcing or manufacturing those materials. And then on the indirect side, really anything, that runs our operations, payroll services, staffing, IT, promotional. It's really, sourcing a whole variety of things. The timing is critical. So sometimes we're in a sourcing contract for 2-3 years. So it may not be the right time, but it's always the right time to start building relationships and start letting us know who you are and what you're doing and ask for feedback. I mean, you may not be ready for our business today, and maybe we can give you some feedback to help you grow your business so you are ready.
Well, that's a great piece of advice. It does take time. It does take relationship building, and the supplier has to be, positioned properly at the right point in time for a particular contract or a particular piece of work. So we appreciate the time you've given us today, Sherry, to talk about Adient and talk about the importance of diversity in the supplier base, and in particular, your involvement with NVBDC and Keith King in terms of advancing and advocating for veteran-owned businesses. So I want to just, again, thank you for your time, Sherry, and wish you the best of luck on this.
Thank you, Jim. And again, thank you, NVBDC. Love the work both the organizations are doing, and I am happy to support. And it's an honor. Thank you.
And I want to thank everybody for listening to Veterans Radio today. I am Jim Faussone. It's been a pleasure to be your host. I'm a veterans disability lawyer at Legal Help for Veterans, and you can reach us at 800-693-4800 or legalhelpforveterans.com on the web. You can follow Veterans Radio on Facebook and listen to its podcasts and internet radio shows by going to veteransradio.net. And until next time, you are dismissed.
If you have a VA claim denied by the Board of Veterans' Appeals, contact Legal Help for Veterans at 1-800-693-4800. They're experts in handling cases before the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims. Their number again, 1-800-693-4800.
We again want to thank our national sponsors, the National Veterans Business Development Council, NVBDC.org, Eisenhower Center, VA Ann Arbor Health Care System, the Vietnam Veterans of America Charles S. Kettles Chapter, Ann Arbor, Michigan, VFW Graf O'Hara Post 423 in Ann Arbor, and the American Legion Press Corn Post 46, also in Ann Arbor. They keep us on the air, as does your support. Go to Facebook, go to veteransradio.net, and support our efforts. And until next time, you are dismissed.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.